syllabus for the day is will basically discuss about the main types of wine, like in currently होती है, किस प्रकार की होती है, that's all. And we do an exercise, the fun exercise, get to know a little bit about how wine is basically made, you know, the basic structure of a grape, what it is, how wine is made, and do some fun exercise, water tasting exercise, method analysis, we'll check it. An approach to tasting will learn how to taste wine like a professional. That will be good fun, right? It's better than tequila shooter. To your head, the first thing which comes to your head when I say wine. Sula, very good. What else do you think when I say wine? Grapes. Brilliant. What else? Anything. Just, you know, something comes to your head, maybe, you know.
Aroma.
Aroma. Okay, let's rephrase the question. What is wine? If I ask you this thing, what is wine? What do you say? Sir, this is wine for me. Like wine is aroma for me, wine means sula for me, wine means, what does that mean to you? It's an alcoholic beverage. And you need to drink it at room temperature. Okay, somebody please remember it, we'll discuss it again. If I say wine is liquid poetry, what do you think? Before we start, again, my opinion is a personal statement based on my experiences as in no way binding. Okay? So the experience which I am sharing with you is my own, no way binding. Don't just stick to it. In case of conflicting views, please adhere to the organizational SOPs. That means if you have taught something in college, please do share. Comment, criticize, and congratulate. If you're saying like, comment, congratulate, criticize. No, I don't think so. You are telling me right. I think this is the way it is supposed to be. Please share. Please don't sit quietly, because if you sit quietly, you turn into a fossil. Right? You don't want to be a fossil? So please speak and move. Wine, defining it. Wine is basically natural beverage. Nothing more natural than wine. Why? Grapes natural. You pluck them, natural process. You crush them, natural. Yeast तो पहले से मौजूद है, उसके ऊपर अभी grapes आ रहे हैं, ferment करना, सड़ने की प्रक्रिया natural. Byproduct जो होगा उसका is alcohol and carbon dioxide. Again natural. There is nothing additional added to it. Officially, nothing added to it. So wine is made from grape juice. Grape juice freshly gathered is called must. Please do not take notes. I'll give you the notes printed. They'll come to you. Study them. Right here, just listen. That's all. Just listen and absorb. And ask questions. Look at the slide. Don't write it down. Anything. It's made from freshly gathered grape juice, picking, sorting, crushing, I just discussed. Then you have the process of fermentation. You know what fermentation is. Of all the science which I studied until class 12, the only chemical formula which I love, like, and it's useful for me till date, is sugar, C6H12O6 in the presence of water and oxygen, and of course in the presence of yeast, we have alcohol and CO2. Brilliant. Very good. So, like to tell you something about this sauterne? Anybody? What is sauterne? If I say the name sauterne, what comes to your head? A what? Grape. It's a wine which is made by grapes which have been botrytized. You know what botrytized means? You know what grapes look like? Brilliant. So, we'll have the grapes come across to you in a second. I'm just looking for some stuff. These are grapes which have been shivered like raisins naturally. The fungus is attacked. You cannot make sauternes from anything else apart from grapes which have not been shivered like raisins. It has to be made by grapes which have been shivered like raisins. That means it's only a dessert wine. If you see the name sauterne, take it from granted, it's a dessert wine. It's a Mitha wine. It's supposed to be average served. Just one place, sir. Thanks. They are not botrytized. There's a difference in them. I cannot keep botrytized grapes. They'll just go bad. Please have a look at them. Please don't eat it. I've counted the berries. All the berries should come back to me. Okay, have a look at the berry. This is what happens to the grape berry. Grape berry, जो पूरा होता है grape, you know, you've seen table grapes in the market. Well, there are different grapes. Table grapes are what we eat at home. You know, the way we buy goods. The wine grapes are different. They're small in size. There's a difference in them. They're small in size. They're thick-skinned. आप खा नहीं पाओगे वो. मजा नहीं आएगा खाने में. Whereas these grapes are wine grapes. they have been shivered, they've been dried. So जब grape पूरा berry होता है, काफी juicy होता है, काफी watery होता है, right? An exercise will come, which will be grape exercise. जिसमें हम grape को check करेंगे, इसके अंदर क्या होता है. When grape dries, इसके अंदर से क्या सूखता है? पानी. Water content will evaporate. If the water will evaporate, it will happen to the sugar inside. Okay, so that's a term for you. Now red, sweet and stale. Of course you must have heard, we use this wine a lot of Christmas. Port wine. Port wine, brilliant. Port wine कैसे बनाते हैं? जो wine बन रही होती है तो fermentation होते होते उसमें alcohol डाल देते हैं. Normally brandy डाल देते हैं उसमें. तो alcohol increase हो गया and yeast excess alcohol होने की वजह से it dies, मर जाता है. And you end up with a wine which has some residual sugar left in it. And this is how you make port. So it's a red, sweet and still wine. Okay. Anjou is the place in Anjou-Saumur in Loire Valley in France. वहाँ में रोजे वाइन बनाते हैं. Grape variety है Groslo. White Zinfandel is also a rosé wine. You know how they make a rosé? Rosé is also made by mixing red and white wine. It can also be made by what we call a limited contact. Limited contact of red grape. After this, we'll do the grape exercise in which we will understand like how the wine gets its color. The wine gets the color from the skin of the grape. You know this one? Brilliant. So you leave the skin for just the required amount of time. जितना आपको color चाहिए, then you filter, remove the skin. You end up with a wine which just has a little tint of the color in it. So it's rosé. It's not exactly red. It's rosé in color, right? In France, there is a wine which is called Vin d'Andouille, wine of one night stand. So the grapes, basically, red grapes, they stay with the juice in contact only for one night and then they move on. So you end up with a wine which is just a little color. White Zinfandel. Okay, Zinfandel you must have followed that grape variety. Is it red or white? Red? Wow, you are a genius, huh? Okay. You know, I remember a story. When before they make you a sommelier, you are supposed to run. You're supposed to get the order for a person who's a sommelier. So you are sitting in a dining room, you guess, and the sommelier will take the order. You are the runner. Runner means you basically take the order. So whatever the punches, it comes electronically. And you pick up the beverage or a ticket. You go to the bartender and you say, you pick up the train. You go to the side station. You keep it there, the wine station. If the sommelier is nice, he'll let you go to the guest. Otherwise, you won't touch the guest. You just stay from a distance and you watch and observe. You won't touch the guest. So, an order came for a glass of white Zinfandel. And I remember, an order came, and I had an English bartender. I still remember her name. Her name was Elizabeth. Oh God, what a lady. She was known to be a tyrant. I don't know why. She was a terror. She'll never laugh. I don't know what was the issue. She will never smile at you. Never smile with you. She was very angry. I don't know for what reason. She was always upset. And she's known to, rip off people, basically, both the eyes only. So, order came, and she was a bartender, and I said, Elizabeth, can I have an order, please? And when I went to the counter, I saw there's a glass of wine there. But of course, I didn't know. So I asked, Elizabeth, can I have my order, please? And she said, that's what it is. And, I'm reading, it's white Zinfandel. So I'm trying to get smart, and I say, Elizabeth, can I have my white Zinfandel? This is not a white Zinfandel. It's not white. It's a rosé wine. It's not white wine. The order says white. You're still not reading it. And she says it to me again very calmly. That's what it is. And I was like, and Cremant. You know what Cremant is? Cremant. Okay. When something becomes famous, everybody wants to copy it. It's just not in India, it's everywhere else, everywhere. When champagne, 80 years ago, became famous, everybody wanted to use the word champagne. So champagne came up with a very smart policy. They made what they call themselves the champagne police, right? The champagne police, which is the CIBC committee in the professor, this is champagne, right? It's champagne police, yeah. All their role is to go around the world and stop people from using the word champagne. Yves Saint Laurent, very famous French designer, he came up with a perfume called champagne. No. There was a cigar in champagne. No. Gone. Can't hear it. There was a company in India, Champagne India. No. Gone. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't use the word champagne because champagne is an appellation in itself. If somebody says the name champagne, Typically, it means that if it's a sparkling wine made by double fermentation, with secondary fermentation done in the bottle, it's made in the region, the gaon, the village of Champagne. That's all it means. That's all. How old is the wine? How cool is that? Just by looking at the color. It is common experience. But when you look at two wines at the same time, you will tell which one is old. Just without tasting, without looking at the bottle, you can say this wine is older than this wine. And you can check 150%, 1000%, it will always be right. Always. Okay. Then you have, they are appreciated for its light and refreshing character and easy acceptability to the amateur palate and compatibility with most seafood. Wow. They are appreciated for its light and refreshing character. Refreshing is something to do with acidity. Acidity in a wine, what is acidity? Not the enoval acidity. Not the enoval acidity. Acidity is what makes your mouth water. Okay. Other wines, apart from these red, white, and rosé wines, we have other wines, which is called a rosé wine. You know how rosé is made? Yes. After the rosé, which is a limited maceration is okay. We have a category which is called sparkling wine. Just discussed it. Sparkling wine is made by one method is fermentation in the bottle. Second method is in the tank. Third method is pump karna. It's called pump basically. It's called a bicycle pump se hawa karna. Remember? Oh, you don't remember. Many, many years ago, we had a company by the name called Jiva, soda maker. Home soda maker. They came with the idea, oh, Coca-Cola costs you 5 rupees a glass, 6 rupees a glass. Here we have a machine in which you can get your own cola and Fanta and Limca and whatnot, and it will cost you 30 paisa, 20 paisa. Great idea, great concept, I admire them. But they couldn't get one thing right. When you look, when it is a sparkling wine, you comment on the quality by looking at the size of the bottle. We call the juice. If it sounds like fine beef, it lasts for long, we say the quality is good. If it comes up like Coca-Cola, basically bulbule, means it's not good quality. And by looking at two wines, just by looking at them, you can tell which one of them has been fermented in the bottle, which one of them in the tank, and which one of them has been done by pumping method. Because size bottle. And of course, we have liqueur wines. Liqueur wines are the selective harvest of extremely mature grapes or grapes having material noble rot. What happens? Can you shut the door, please? What happens to the grape once it matures? What happens to the grape? What happens to the grape? Okay. When the grape is starting to ripen, it's called veraison, changing color. The grape is right now here. Acidity is high that side and sugar is high that side. When the grape matures, the acidity decreases. Sugar content is here when the grape is unripe. Khatta grape, you know, when you buy grapes in the season, grapes khatte hote hain. And we usually say, bhaiya meethe grape do. What is meetha? Pakka hua. Pakka hua? Ripe. When grapes ripe, sugar content increases and acidity decreases. As a winemaker, I need to decide. What time of its life I do the picking or the vintage. We'll discuss vintage in a second. What time of its life I do the picking of the grapes. It's very important for me to decide. I need to have the right balance. Let's say I am a sweet winemaker. Okay, I want to make a wine which is sweet. I want to make a liqueur wine. So I do a selective harvest of extremely mature grapes. Mature means it will take time. Sugar content is somewhere here, and acidity has gone down. So grapes are very ripe. Now there is a wine which is called late harvest. Late harvest, self-explanatory. It's been harvested late. So it has been ripening on the plant itself for a very long time. For grapes which have attained noble rot. Noble rot was nothing but botrytis cinerea, the way Sauternes is made, right?